So I've had a bit of a long day, so this might come out as a bit ranty. But I really dislike when people push the narrative of no one wants to work anymore, or it's all Joe Biden's fault that, we have low staffing issues. Or staffing shortage, I should say. And particularly in Vermont, and I think this trend goes nationwide, but I'm more familiar with it here in Vermont where I am. So last I checked, which was probably about a month or two ago, unemployment in Vermont is roughly around 3 to 4%. And this is historically low. Like, usually unemployment's not that low, even before COVID. Anyways, so I'm at a grocery store, and this grocery store chain doesn't use self-checkouts for whatever reason. But you get into this issue where people, here in Vermont, it's about 4:30 is the after-work rush rather than 5. But you get a bunch of people who come straight from work, go to the grocery store, and there's only about 3 lanes open at this store today. So all the lines are super backed up. And so this one guy comes out with his child, who's probably, 5-ish, and I don't know if he was with a significant other or just him and the child, but he comes out of the aisle to look to see where to get in line, and he goes, "Oh, welcome to Biden's America." And it's just the fact that so many people think this is beyond frustrating to me, because I deal with this at work too, where we have salespeople pitching businesses who want to hire, and it's yeah, man, no one wants to work. No, there's no one left. COVID was bad for a huge many number of reasons, but off the top of my head, I think the last numbers I saw for total COVID deaths within the U.S. was somewhere around 700,000 to 800,000 people. It might be more, but anyways, the state of Vermont has a total population of about 600,000. More people have died from COVID than existed in Vermont currently, and even before COVID, obviously. And granted, not everyone who died was from one state. It was spread out through the U.S. And globally obviously. However, a lot of people during COVID either passed away, or an older generation who was getting close to retirement anyways decided to retire early, in large part to not wanting to contract this very deadly disease that especially hurt older people. And so what you're left with is a smaller group of workforce, a smaller workforce group in general, because the older generation's getting out. Some people have passed away, and at least here in Vermont, there's not that many young people. Or, due to the older generations getting out of the workforce, new jobs opened up, allowing people who used to do lower paid jobs to get better paying jobs in a field that they might be more familiar with or more enjoy. And so, again, it just really bugs me. I hear this narrative all the time, which is people don't want to work, it's all Joe Biden's fault. Yeah. There's literally not enough people. There is just simply not the people for these jobs, at least here in Vermont. And I know a lot of people my age are already working 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet. And so it's not even of everyone just needs to work extra jobs to make up for this workforce, because a lot of people are already working multiple jobs, and we still have this issue. I don't have a solution to this, obviously, because there's just a lack of people in the workforce compared to the amount of jobs we have open. But it just gets so tiring hearing that narrative of everyone's lazy and this is Joe Biden's fault. Thank you for listening to my rant.